So there is one subreddit in particular, and they have a very, very big problem with Wuthering Waves. If you are familiar with this subreddit at all, and if you've done, any sort of browsing, or you've been just keeping up with general gacha news over the past 6 months, and even longer than 6 months, right? It could go to 7, 8, 9, 10, basically leading up to the release of Wuthering Waves, and then every month after it. This subreddit has basically served as an anti-Kuro, pro-Hoyo, whatever frame you want to put on it. They have had it out for Wuthering Waves since before the game has even launched. And what you'll notice is that the mods on the subreddit, they will constantly leave up posts that are either extremely misinformative, extremely biased, or have just an intensely negative spin towards Kuro Games and Wuthering Waves, and they will just keep those posts up. They'll never actively correct information. The most that they'll do is create like a really small sticky post, but then just leave a bunch of garbage up that basically frames this game, this company, in the most negative light that they can. And most of the time, you're going to have players that don't actually play WuWa, that haven't been keeping up with the game, but they will always come back to this subreddit to make a negative post about it, to create speculation, to basically insinuate that something is going on at Kuro behind the scenes. And this is just the latest example. I know there have been a couple more examples, specifically with like the free Zhongli Yao versus the free Dr. Ratio. There was some very, very unfair treatment there, and that's just like some of the stuff that's been going into this. So let's dive into this specific example first, because obviously this was released 9 hours ago. It's pretty like up to date, and it's been wuthering some waves all over social media, all over Twitter, a lot of rumors, and we're gonna take some time to break down what this actually means, what Tencent actually does in relation to these companies, and some prior examples just from the past that we've already seen before, and why there's a lot of stuff being overblown and a lot of basically just like nonsensical rumors being spread. So first things first, this was like the breaking news post. There are a couple of follow-ups and a lot of clarification following it. And in this post, basically 2 hours ago, the list of shareholders of Kuro Games changed. Tencent now controls 51% of the shares of Kuro Games, and that means that Kuro Games, technically, right, is a subsidiary company, because Kuro Games owns 49%, according to this, and now Tencent owns 51%. What you're going to notice is that Tencent and Kuro Games are the only companies mentioned in this post. That's going to be something really important to keep in mind. There is no mention of any other company other than Tencent and Kuro Games. When you're just reading this, right, it makes it seem like Tencent wrested control away from Kuro. Like Tencent did something and Kuro lost something. That is just extremely clear from the first 2 sentences of this breaking news. That's just the first 2 sentences. The second one is, people are speculating that Kuro Games has lost the previous bet-on agreement with Tencent, and thus, according to the agreement, Kuro Games has become a subsidiary company of Tencent Games. Again, breaking news. Breaking news. This is basically supposed to be seen as true information. Breaking news, right? People are speculating that they lost an agreement. Basically, Kuro Games did not perform up to the financial standards, right? They didn't have the financial performance, that they had some legally binding agreement, right? Like the golden handcuffs or something like that, right? That if Kuro Games doesn't produce, doesn't succeed, doesn't meet Tencent's expectations, Big Daddy Tencent is going to come in and wrest control of the company away. Kuro Games, you don't know what you're doing anymore. Tencent is here to fix everything because you guys have made some mistakes. That is the second sentence of this post. And again, it's saying breaking news. And now it's like the screenshot below shows that multiple Tencent supervisors have joined the board, replacing the previous supervisors from another investment company. Do you see how they just sneak in that there was actually a third company in here and they put it in the last sentence? Just look at the wording of this. It's like, first, they make it seem like Tencent wrested away control, that like Kuro did something bad and now Tencent's in charge. But oh wait, there was a third company. And they don't list what the third company is. They sneak it into the last sentence and they make it sound like they weren't even like involved in the first place. So this is the kind of just incredible posts that you see on r/Gachagaming. And do you want to know the best part about all of this? The entire post is in English, right? All of this is in English. They link a video in Chinese, and then the entire screenshot is in Chinese. This is all you can actually read. You don't even know what this means. And they don't post a translation. It's just in the post with 732 upvotes, and it's like the first item on the front page. This is what the mods on r/Gachagaming keep up. A post where the entire evidence is not translated, it's in Chinese, on a primarily English-speaking subreddit. How is this something that is on the front page? How is this not locked? What is going on here? It's absolutely crazy, right? It's truly toxic behavior, I'm saying that. And we're going in here, this is the only thing we're putting a Billy video, and that's, you know, obviously in Chinese, right? And then the mods are just like, hey, this is great, this is valid, right? It's talking shit about WuWa, so who really cares, right, what the supporting information is? Like, this is just, if you don't understand Chinese, what's the point of putting this in here on an English-speaking subreddit, right? The fact that a third company is not mentioned, they just word it like Tencent is like wresting away control. It's absolutely crazy. The fact that the third company isn't mentioned until the last sentence of this post, that's crazy. They are like intentionally wording this in a way that just makes it look like WuWa's an absolute failure, and that somebody else has to come in and then take control to fix it. Instead of taking down the post and actually preventing garbage like this from being seen and like people further speculating off of just terribly worded stuff, right? The mods just say, oh yeah, here's the additional information. We're now going to mention the third company that had a 37% stake that Tencent bought. Tencent bought a 37% stake. Guys, if they bought 37%, that means they had 14% before. Tencent is one of the biggest investment companies. What this means is that they viewed WuWa or Kuro Games valuable enough to get that 37%. This is one of the biggest investment companies in China, right? That invest in like overseas companies like Riot Games, right? That invest in like the company that made Nikkei. They decided to buy more. Do you know what that means when an investor decides to buy more? That means that they believe in the product. And this is one of the companies that invests in like some of the best performing games and franchises in the world. Path of Exile, right? Gearbox Games. And so if one of the biggest investment companies wants to buy more of your company after seeing the products you're releasing, if you're viewing this as a bad thing, that's crazy. The biggest investment company deciding to invest more in your company. That is called a vote of confidence. And we have people in here because the information being shown is just so incomplete and they made it seem like they're resting control. People are like, is this bad or good? Oh, it's kind of neutral. They buy, invest, and let people do their own thing. There's no news of them actively interfering in development. And these are the people on the subreddit that are agreeing. And you know what the best part about all of this is? This guy over here, this is the person that made the post super gray. Previously, Tencent and Kuro Games. So they're gonna mention Kuro Games in the comments, but then they're not gonna put it in the opening post and just put from another investment company as the last sentence. This is the type of content that you see on r/Gachagaming. They make this inflammatory bullshit with like half the information, right? Half the context that just makes it seem that paints an entirely different story. And then they actually, you know, start putting stuff in the comments, right? Knowing that it's not going to get looked at. That people are just going to look at the opening post and draw conclusions from there. That is just what this subreddit is about. Basically, mislead people in the opening post and then cover your ass in the comments that you know people aren't going to read. That is like the modus operandi of this subreddit. That's the r/Gachagaming meta. Put some inflammatory bullshit that doesn't actually make sense or is just basically warping the actual fact of the matter completely in the opening post and in the title. Kuro Games is now a subsidiary of Tencent. People are speculating they lost a bet on agreement. And then the first post is they acquired a 37% stake from the other shareholder. Seriously, what is this? And then the other post, now you mention Kuro Games after saying that speculating they lost an agreement? But we're gonna put Kuro Games here now? It appears that all shares are acquired and transferred from Kuro Games, but Kuro lost a bet? And this is like literally, it was posted with this. It was 9 hours ago up here. And there were 9 hours ago up here with the edit 9 hours ago. I don't understand. Like, why are we just saying entirely different things in the comment that is made with the post and then in the actual opening post itself. How does this make any sense at all, what we're looking at here, right? Like, what is going on? Like, what is this, like, just rumor spreading that is promoted by the mods? They're even going ahead and they're just providing completely contradictory information in the sticky, but then they're leaving this thread up, right? You go to r/Gachagaming, guess what, guys? It's the second post. It's the second post on the subreddit, and they do this every single time at every single opportunity for Wuthering Waves on this subreddit. They do it every single time. And guess what? Hey, there's a follow-up to the situation, right? We don't want to edit this post, but we'll make a follow-up post, right? That won't get half as many upvotes because obviously it clarifies the situation, right? This makes Kuro look like complete clowns that have no idea what they're doing, that are completely clueless, like very performing badly financially, and then Big Daddy Tencent has to come in and save them. Oh, by the way, guys, it's just a transaction between external shareholders and has nothing to do with Kuro's management. Kuro will remain independent, similar to Riot Games and Supercell. 7 hours ago, 9 hours ago, and this one is still up. It is literally by the previous OP. Right? The previous opening poster just said it's all bullshit. Oh, but by the way, breaking news. Kuro Games is a subsidiary. Follow up on the Kuro situation. It's so easy to see like what the agenda is on this subreddit. These mods despise Wuthering Waves. There is just no other explanation for it, right? And then it's just amazing how every single comment is people who are confused. Kuro quite literally did nothing. This is an exchange between third-party shareholders, but this is the biggest post on the subreddit talking about it, right? Oh, by the way, the mods are gonna make like a slight adjustment about it, are gonna make a sticky post, but they're gonna leave this up, leave it open for comments, right? Leave people to keep speculating about the garbage, right? It's literally just complete speculation and bullshit that the guy went ahead and 2 hours later further clarified. This is the Gachagaming subreddit. Like, this is where these Hoyo shills, right? Let's just say Hoyo shills in this situation are getting their firing points against Kuro Games and Wuthering Waves. They are literally creating fan fiction that gets disproven 2 hours later by the guy that made the original post, but you keep this one up. And then you drown this one by giving it a shitty title that doesn't explain everything, right? Follow up to the Kuro situation. Breaking news, Kuro is now a subsidiary of Tencent. So, you know, we've gotten into the whole situation, right? Now if we go on Twitter, right? This is the translated version of a letter from Kuro Games talking about the matter. First of all, I will synchronize one thing with you. Recently, our two external shareholders, Tencent and Hero Mutual Entertainment, reached an equity transaction. After the completion of this transaction, Heroes Mutual Entertainment no longer holds shares in Kuro. Tencent became Kuro's only external shareholder. That is it. And believe me, I am 99% sure that this was released with the news, but this guy just decided, let's have some fun. Let's talk some shit. And instead of deleting this post or clarifying in this post, let's just make like a really vague follow-up to the situation, right? That basically just shows that it's all complete bullshit. And then we'll have people confused. People are just asking more questions. Oh, so Tencent did a hostile takeover? I don't know if this is good, bad, or worse. People are only asking these questions and basically spreading negative PR for no reason. Just because of the way that they worded this bullshit in the first place. Hey, this subreddit, they just love farming negativity about WuWa. That's quite literally the only reason why this post is up. It was disproven 2 hours later. 9 hours, like, just, this is the type of farming that they're trying to do in here. That is all that they do. They just farm negative hate in this subreddit because the people in this subreddit are fans of Hoyoverse games. But there is nothing for them to do in the Hoyoverse games, so they just spend all their free time on this subreddit, talking shit about other games. That's the only explanation I could think of. Because if you're busy playing and enjoying a game, you're not on here, whatever loser subreddit this is, just talking shit about other games. And you'll notice anybody that's talking shit here is going to have a post history that's probably just filled with Genshin subreddits. That's what's gonna happen 90% of the time. Let's just take one person, for example. Oh, what do you mean? I thought we were all dumbasses when we spotted WuWa failing and called Tencent getting majority. All right. Hey, Hero Zeros. Hero Zeros. Let's check out the post history, man. I wonder where you participate in. Well, looks like your post got removed here. Oh, Genshin Impact leaks. All right, I'm not gonna look at those, but okay. Genshin Impact leaks and r/Gachagaming, and then we go into the Wuthering Waves subreddit to talk some shit about this fan fiction, right? This is the only time we post in the WuWa subreddit. Every other time, it's r/Gachagaming talking more shit. Oh, they called it. You are crazy. That's the thing, right? It's not that they called it. It's not that they called you crazy. You are crazy. Honkai Star Rail leaks. Oh boy. Oh boy. ZZZ. Firefly mains. Nikkei. He's a Coomer. Not surprising. Firefly mains. Honkai Star Rail. Gosh, he posts on the Wuthering Waves subreddit about once every blue moon. Once a blue moon he posts there. The rest of it, talking shit on r/Gachagaming. I'm telling you, these people, they don't play games. Because if you're enjoying games and actually playing them, you don't spend time just doing shit like this. Look at the OP's comments. Oh boy, Super Gray. All right, man. A lot of Doom posting today. A lot of Doom. I wonder why there's a lot of Doom posting today. Oh, how could this have happened? How did this happen? All right, we got to see what the comment thread is. So, all in all, this betting arrangement is just hearsay spread by the gacha community over at Weibo, or China in general. Unfortunate that the thread discussion is now devolved to this particular line in your post, where it is the most unverified. Yeah, it's a widespread rumor in Chinese gacha communities. I just searched again, and I couldn't find credible sources. Hey guys, this is where your WuWa rumors are coming from. This is where all of WuWa's negative PR comes from, guys. I couldn't find credible sources. Hey, it's still here though. And so, if you're out here either basically just admitting it's quite literally fan fiction, you can't edit the OP, delete the post then, lock it, right? Why is it the second item on the front page? Why is this the second item on the front page that everybody sees? This is crazy. How do you fuel this kind of hate towards a game, right? That literally only gets better every single patch. This is how much the Gachagaming mods hate Wuthering Waves. That the OP will literally be right here. By the way, guys, this was 8 hours ago, right? 8 hours ago, 10 hours ago. This was made 2 hours after the post. It has been confirmed for 8 hours that this shit is entirely made up. For 8 hours, confirmed it has been made up, but they just let it breathe. They kept it up. It's pretty clear by now. When you look at the type of people that are commenting on these posts, you look at any person in here. Oh boy. What about the fans screaming about Kuro is fighting big bad greedy company called Hoyoverse? Oh boy. Let's see here. Let's see if we're gonna find a single post in the Wuthering Waves subreddit. Gachagaming and Genshin Impact. That's all I've seen. Oh, wait a second. Let's just see here. This is how much we hate Wuthering Waves. This was that one thread, right? This was that one thread. One comment, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Guys, we hate Wuthering Waves so much. We're gonna find the one post where people are talking shit about it, and we're gonna post in that thread 12 times. Do you have nothing better to do with your life than to talk shit about a game you quite literally don't play and make 12 posts about it on a subreddit that isn't even about the game? That isn't even about your game, right? Genshin Impact. You posted 12 times. Oh, wow. Oh, you know what? I'm beginning to realize this person all this person does is post on Reddit. They don't actually play the game. This is diabolical. Like, guys. I'm scrolling through this entire list. This is 13 days ago. 13 days ago. Guys, this is 13 days worth of posts. 13 days ago. Guys, you don't want to associate with people like this. I'm gonna be honest, right? They spend their free time just complaining about things, right? And not actually playing games. Because if you're actually playing games, you don't have time to post this often. This is absolutely crazy. But these are the types of people that are just spending all of their time talking shit about the game. This is all they do. They don't actually play the games. Oh, they didn't make enough money. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's the same exact goddamn thing. 3 days ago, right? And we're already at like 400 posts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Another Reddit warrior. Another Reddit warrior, right? How far can I scroll, right? And still be within 14 days over here. Let's just see. All right, all we do is we post on the Genshin Impact's leaks subreddit. Oh boy. All right, 14 days ago. Let's see how far I can scroll up. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god, these guys are fucking... Guys, this is who's calling WuWa bad. This is who calls WuWa bad. These guys who are literally not even playing games, they just spend all their time talking about playing games, right? This is who's making these critiques. This is who's talking shit about WuWa. And at the end of the day, right, what value are you getting from anything this person says? Like, it's just every Hoyo shill you see on that subreddit, their post history just looks like this. Oh, WuWa players are living the real life 50-50 right now. Oh boy, I wonder, hey, I bet it's 50-50 oh boy. Oh fucking boy. Wow, another person. Genshin Impact leaks, and r/Gachagaming. These are the only posts, by the way, that get upvoted. Guys, again, we're 3 for 3 at this point, talking shit about WuWa, and then all you do is you post in these 3 same subreddits. We're 3 for 3. This guy's probably okay, because he's asking a real question. Oh boy. Can't say it was unexpected, though. I feel like I'm gonna say the same exact thing. Oh boy. Can't say it was unexpected. I can't say it was unexpected, man. All you do is you post in the Honkai Star Rail and the Genshin Impact subreddit, and ZZZ2, and r/Gachagaming. Oh boy, the same 3 or 4 subreddits every single goddamn time. Guys, you're gonna notice that there's not a single comment in here by somebody that actually posts in the WuWa subreddit. And then every single time, you look at anything these guys post about, and all it is Hoyoverse games. Okay, yeah. So, as you can clearly see, again, these guys will post in the WuWa subreddit once every year just to shit talk the game. And what you're gonna notice really frequently, just in the WuWa subreddit itself, is that it is getting heavily astroturfed. I think that's the word I'm gonna use for it. Let me show you guys what the word astroturf means. It is the deceptive practice of presenting an orchestrated marketing or public relations campaign in the guise of unsolicited comments from members of the public. So what this basically means is that there are so many people in the WuWa subreddit that whenever you see somebody talking about how the story is like bad, or the story needs massive criticism, or that Kuro really isn't doing anything good, all they're doing, these are just Hoyo players or Hoyo shills that basically their entire post history is just Hoyo games, and then they go on the WuWa subreddit just to make pointless critiques. And then they upvote each other, and they make it look like those critiques are real. It happens all of the time on this subreddit. This is all they do, and it's awful. That's why the subreddit mods just lock so much random shit on the WuWa one. It's absolutely insane. Guys, this is what I mean by the WuWa subreddit getting astroturfed. This is who you have participating in every single discussion. They quite literally hate the game. The WuWa subreddit is getting cursed right now by these people. This guy just gets his posts removed as a fucking hobby. WuWa subreddit mods, just ban these people. If you look at their post history, right? Just look at their public post history, And if 90% of their posts in the WuWa subreddit are just them talking shit, and the rest of their posts are in r/Gachagaming or Genshin Impact or Genshin Impact leaks, just ban them. Please, just ban them. They are not here to come in to make a fruitful discussion. They are literally just in the WuWa subreddit to talk shit about the game, to talk shit about the CCs. They're not actually here to do anything. This guy gets downvoted. Just all he does is get downvoted. He is not contributing anything except offending people's eyes. And we're allowing him to stay when half of his posts get removed or go to like -10 or -5. Removed. Like, just ban him. He's making more work for you guys than it's worth. Just ban him. WuWa has won best PC game. Removed. Oh, I wonder what he posted, right? You have to imagine. What did he post to get removed from a thread saying WuWa has won the best PC game from Google Play Store in Japan? Why do you think it's removed? I kind of blame it on all the game's historically toxic CCs. Half of your posts get removed from a public forum because people are deeming you this unpalatable as a person. Guys, this is why you need to, whenever you see a post talking shit about the game, click the user, right? You need to click the user and see what their post history is, because 99% of the time, it's gonna look like this. r/Gachagaming, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, ZZZ, whatever it is, a mix of the three, right? And they are just going to be talking as much shit as possible about everything possible, okay? Because they have nothing to do in their games. They don't find enjoyment in playing games anymore. And all they want to do is just talk about games instead. And it's pathetic, if we're frankly being honest. And so overall, if there's a big takeaway from this subreddit right now is complete radioactive waste. And the Wuthering Waves subreddit currently is getting astroturfed. There are so many members of the Wuthering Waves subreddit community that are basically just Genshin Impact fanboys, or whatever, Hoyoverse fanboys to some degree, right? They're just going in, taking every single opportunity they can to talk shit about the game, to talk shit about the CCs, and then they get their buddies, right, from the subreddit as well to go upvote them, right? And make it look like the popular opinion. And my solution, mods of the WuWa subreddit, just ban these guys. If half of their posts are getting removed, just ban them. Just ban them. We have enough posts. We have enough people in the community, right? We don't need people literally just manufacturing problems because they don't have anything better to do. And look, guess what, guys? The one rational post in here. Why even include this part if there is no evidence that leads to this? There is no confirmed report. 19 upvotes. You gotta scroll this far to find it. And this is the only voice of reason in this entire thread. This shit is cringe. That it takes this long to find the only post basically saying, wait, you literally just made this shit up. And then everyone else is like, whoa, Kuro sucks. They can't do their job properly, guys. And there's one other thing. There have been some people that were kind of upset with my Sensortower revenue video, right? You know, the one where I was talking about how, you know, it's kind of not the most accurate, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like a scam. I'll show you guys something incredibly funny. So one of the big things that a lot of people have been talking about, right, is they look at this one post. They look at this little one post by r/Gachagaming mods, and look, oh, they put the disclaimer in here, right? And you know what the best thing is about it? You look at the one in September, it's not there. Guys, it's literally not there. September, it's not there. And you want to know when I posted my revenue video? I posted it before the October one was released. Guys, in the September one, it's not in there. They posted and added it after my video. I made my video before this one came out, and this is the only time they added it. So again, these mods, they didn't actually do this unprompted. They had to get spanked a little bit. They had to get spanked a little bit on YouTube, and then they did it. This was not in any of their other reports. And you want to know what's even better? We just looked at the one from July, right? There's not even a sticking post in here, guys. There's not even a sticking post at all for the one in July. It's not there. This is this subreddit. This is what they do. They are quite literally some of the worst mods in not just Gachagaming, but gaming as a whole. This is who we're taking talking points from. the most biased mods in existence that basically have to get yelled at publicly to do their job in the first place. It's pathetic. Just stop being a mod at this point. If it takes this much for you guys to do the bare minimum. This is maybe one of the times where I would approve of Reddit mods preemptively banning people. If 90% of somebody's posts are in the r/Gachagaming subreddit, I think they should just be filter banned from the WuWa one. You would have basically 90% of the toxicity that's currently in the WuWa subreddit would just be gone. If you just went ahead and you just banned everybody that was posting in r/Gachagaming, I swear to God, they would be gone. Just something involved with Gachagaming, right? Because this is absolutely... The fact that this post is even still up and able to be commented on, and the mods are still allowing like further speculation on a rumor like this, that's quite literally been disproved by the actual poster themselves less than like literally 2 hours. 2 hours after they made this post, they made a follow-up debunking the entire thing, and it's still up. We're just trying to farm hate right now. But hey, because it's Wuthering Waves, we're gonna keep it up. When we have the free Zhang Liao, we're gonna remove that post immediately, but keep up the free Dr. Ratio post. They did that too. They removed the free Zhang Liao announcement in the r/Gachagaming subreddit back in 1.2, but they left the free Dr. Ratio one up. And you wanna know what they did? A WuWa player reported that the free Dr. Ratio one was up, and then they removed the Dr. Ratio one like a year later, quite literally like a year later after the announcement, because they were like, gotta cover our tracks, delete the Dr. Ratio one, even though it was made a year ago. Guys, this is what these mods do. They basically removed the Zhang Liao one because of some quote-unquote rule, kept the Dr. Ratio one from a year ago, and then retroactively deleted it and said, oh, we're actually following the rules. Crazy. There's something deeply wrong with this subreddit. Don't listen to anything you guys are seeing on here. Not a single thing. And by the way, anytime you guys see somebody talking shit on this subreddit, the official WuWa one, make sure you click who the user is and check their post history. 99% of the time, it's gonna look something like this. Oh, all they do is talk about Kuro Games, and then they'll be here to talk shit about WuWa every once in a while. That's it. But yeah, hopefully that was a fun little overview of what exactly is going on the Reddit website as a whole.